Before we begin our journey across the stars, take a moment to get comfortable. Whether you're already tucked in bed, listening as you unwind from the day, or simply drifting into a meditative calm, this spacewalk through the observable universe is yours to relax with. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more quiet, cosmic journeys just like this. I'd also love to know where you're listening from and what time it is for you. Drop that in the comments below. It's always amazing to see our little corner of the universe come together down there. Now, let's begin. We start not on Earth, but just beyond it, floating a few hundred kilometers above the surface. Below us, the blue marble spins in silence. The International Space Station drifts nearby, a quiet witness to our planet's stillness. From here, it's easy to forget the chaos and sound of daily life. Up here, Earth is peaceful. As we look farther, past our orbit and into the depths of the solar system, we begin to leave behind the familiar. The moon, Earth's ancient companion, quietly watches us go. Mars, red and dusty, rotates slowly, its thin atmosphere barely stirring. Jupiter looms large in the distance, its swirling storms frozen in silence. Saturn's rings shimmer in soft light, vast and elegant. But this is just the beginning. Beyond the edge of the solar system lies the heliopause, where the sun's influence fades. Here begins interstellar space. We pass the Voyager probes, still whispering faint messages home, long after they left Earth decades ago. They are tiny messengers in a colossal silence. As we move further outward, the stars begin to shift. No longer points of light in a sky. They become three-dimensional. We're among them now. Massive suns burn with quiet intensity. Red dwarfs flicker gently. Giant blue stars pulse with energy. Nebulae stretch like soft clouds. Stellar nurseries where new stars are born in silence. We reach the edge of our Milky Way and look back. The spiral arms glow faintly, winding like ancient brushstrokes across the black canvas of space. Billions of stars, and among them, one small system home to a tiny blue planet. And beyond, so much more. Countless other galaxies drift like lanterns in the cosmic sea. Each holds its own stars, planets, and secrets. The Andromeda Galaxy, approaching us slowly across the aeons, shines like a distant lighthouse. Farther still, galaxies blur into clusters, and those clusters into filaments. A web-like structure that forms the skeleton of the cosmos. The observable universe stretches nearly 93 billion light-years in diameter. Yet, even at this inconceivable scale, it's not chaotic. It's serene. The fabric of the universe is calm, quiet, and deeply ordered. Out here, there is no noise, no pressure, just light, time, and space unfolding. From the edge of the Milky Way, we drift gently onward, carried as though weightless on a sea of starlight. There is no wind in space, no current as we know it, and yet everything moves. Slowly, gracefully, the universe flows. As we pass through intergalactic space, we enter the realm of the void. These regions stretch for hundreds of millions of light years, with hardly a galaxy in sight. The emptiness is profound, utterly still. It's like floating through a dream where the silence is deeper than silence itself. A place where time seems to stretch. But the darkness isn't complete. Far ahead, like tiny lighthouses, we see clusters of galaxies suspended in space, massive cosmic cities, each glowing faintly against the backdrop of eternity. We drift closer to one, the Virgo cluster. From this distance, we can see hundreds of galaxies huddled together, their spiral arms and glowing cores gently spinning. Each one contains billions of stars. Each star may host planets. And on some of those worlds, there might be someone or something looking back at the stars, just as we are now. Our journey takes us near elliptical galaxies, ancient and round, filled with older, redder stars. They're peaceful, like old souls, resting quietly in the dark. In contrast, we pass young, irregular galaxies, chaotic in shape, but vibrant, alive with star formation. Even the collisions between galaxies are serene in this slowed-down dreamscape. Though we know they can cause chaos on cosmic scales, from this vantage point, they unfold like a slow-motion ballet, with spiral arms stretching and intertwining like ink in water. No sound, just gravity sculpting the cosmos over billions of years. We continue drifting, passing lenticular galaxies, those that exist in a kind of cosmic limbo, neither spiral nor elliptical. Their shapes are smooth, almost disc-like, glowing softly as we glide by. Everything seems to be in perfect balance here, suspended in time. And then, farther still, we glimpse the largest structures in the universe, superclusters. These vast webs of galaxies stretch out like filaments of silk, interconnected by invisible threads of dark matter. It's as though the universe itself has formed a kind of architecture, a structure beyond anything we could ever build or fully comprehend. Even at this inconceivable scale, it is quiet. There is no sound in the vacuum of space, but there is rhythm, motion, grace. And everywhere we go, we are reminded that the universe is not just vast. It is elegant. It moves with a slowness that invites peace, a pace that encourages stillness, a cosmic calm that surrounds everything. As we drift onward from the vast clusters of galaxies, our journey brings us closer to some of the most breathtaking and delicate structures in the universe, nebulae. They bloom like ethereal blossoms suspended in space, their colors soft and swirling, shaped by time and gravity. These are not mere clouds, but the nurseries of stars, the cradles of light. We begin with the Orion Nebula, a place of serene beauty and quiet wonder. It glows softly in hues of violet and rose, painted with strokes of dust and gas. In its heart, stars are being born, slowly gathering from collapsing clouds of hydrogen. From our peaceful vantage point, we watch this ancient process unfold. It is not rushed. There is no hurry here, just the steady rhythm of creation. Nearby, the Horsehead Nebula rises like a shadowy sculpture, its dark shape silhouetted against the soft pink glow of background gas. It stands quiet and still, a sentinel in the starry plains, carved by invisible forces over millions of years. Everything around it whispers of time and patience, vast timescales that stretch far beyond our lives, far beyond our worries. We drift next to the Eagle Nebula and its famous pillars of creation, towering spires of dust that reach like fingers into the cosmos. These gentle giants stand hundreds of trillions of miles tall, yet they seem so peaceful, unmoving, bathed in starlight. Deep inside them, more stars are forming, slowly kindling in the shelter of dust. We watch as newborn stars begin to flicker like candles in a darkened room. Some will live for billions of years, warming their own distant worlds. Others will burn hot and fast, ending in brilliant supernovae that scatter elements into space, elements that will form new stars, new planets, perhaps even life. Now we float past the bubble nebula, a sphere of glowing gas gently expanding from a single star's solar wind. It moves so slowly we can barely tell it is growing, like a soap bubble held still in the vastness of space. Its calmness is profound. We approach the Lagoon Nebula, where the light of young stars reflects off surrounding clouds, creating a lake of color in the darkness. Here, everything seems suspended in motion, slow, eternal, and mesmerizing. These nebulae are quiet places, despite the intense processes at their heart, and from our distant perspective, they feel like celestial gardens, growing not flowers but stars, delicate points of light that will one day illuminate worlds of their own. And as we glide silently through the cosmic fog, we begin to sense the poetry of it all. The universe creates with grace. It shapes with patience. There is no chaos here, only the slow unfolding of beauty written in light and dust. We move on, slowly and silently, our path continuing ever outward, toward even more distant corners of the cosmos. As we continue our tranquil passage through the universe, we begin to notice something familiar in the vast unknown, the stars themselves. They are everywhere. Some shine brightly nearby, others flicker faintly from across incomprehensible distances. But each one is a story, a life in progress, a rhythm in the cosmos. And just like everything else in the universe, stars live, change, and eventually fade. Quietly, elegantly. We begin with the smallest, the red dwarfs. These faint, cool stars glow with a soft, gentle light. They burn slowly, patiently, with lifespans that stretch into the trillions of years. The universe itself isn't even old enough to have seen one die yet. They are quiet companions, enduring and humble, lighting the darkness with calm persistence. Then there are the sun-like stars, yellow and white. Our own sun belongs to this group. It warms Earth, nurtures life, and powers every gentle breeze and ocean wave back home. These stars live for billions of years. They shine steadily, building elements in their cores, slowly evolving through calm fusion reactions. In time, these stars swell into red giants. Their outer layers drift outward like petals in slow motion, and their color deepens. It's not a violent end, but rather a transformation. The star sheds its outer skin, revealing a core, a white dwarf, that will glow for billions more years as it cools. Even in death, it is peaceful. But not all stars are quiet. Some are massive, blue giants that burn intensely and live short, dramatic lives. From a distance, they pulse with power, but even these enormous stars meet their end in a moment of profound stillness after they explode in supernovae. These cosmic events, though powerful, are slow in a grand scale of time. The light takes years to travel, and even the blast expands silently through the vacuum. From the remnants of these massive stars, something even more extraordinary forms. Sometimes the collapse leads to neutron stars, tiny, dense remnants spinning silently in space. At their core, they hold the mass of a sun packed into the size of a city. Others collapse further still, becoming black holes, regions where time and space curve into stillness. We cannot see inside them. We only sense their presence, like a deep breath held forever. And yet, even these extremes are part of the universe's balance. Black holes help shape galaxies. Neutron stars send out quiet pulses like cosmic heartbeats. The elements created in dying stars, carbon, oxygen, iron, drift into space, becoming the building blocks of planets, oceans, and life itself. Every star, no matter how large or small, plays its part in this gentle cycle. They are not just points of light in the night sky. They are ancient storytellers, cradles of warmth, silent observers of everything. As we float among them, time seems to slow. The lifespans of stars stretch beyond imagination, and yet they speak to us in their light, softly, constantly. They remind us that the universe is always changing and always serene. As we journey farther, our view expands, revealing the immense scaffolding upon which the universe is built. It is not random nor chaotic, but surprisingly ordered, woven into a cosmic web of elegance and precision. This structure, known as the cosmic web, stretches across billions of light years. From afar, it resembles delicate threads of silk or rivers of starlight etched against the darkness. These filaments are composed of galaxies, dark matter, and invisible forces, gently pulling the universe into form. We float alongside these threads now, like a traveler in a vast and ancient cathedral. The filaments converge at nodes, dense regions where galaxies cluster together like coral in a cosmic reef. Here, gravity is strongest. Galaxies swirl around each other in slow spirals, moving so gradually that from our viewpoint, it feels like time has paused altogether. In between these filaments lie the voids, immense dark expanses of near emptiness. They stretch across unimaginable distances, sometimes hundreds of millions of light years wide. Drifting through a void is like floating through a quiet canyon, the silence so deep it's almost meditative. Stars are rare here, galaxies are few, and yet the space is beautiful in its stillness. This architecture wasn't built overnight. Over billions of years, matter coalesced under gravity, slowly forming this intricate lattice. Even now it continues to grow, stretching and evolving as the universe expands. Invisible but essential, dark matter forms the hidden frame behind this design. Though we cannot see it, its presence shapes the movements of galaxies and the curves of space. It's as if the universe has been sculpted from within, molded by hands we cannot see, but whose artistry we admire in every sweeping curve and glowing spiral. And beneath it all, space itself is expanding, not like an explosion, but more like a gentle stretching, a subtle, ongoing breath that carries everything outward. Galaxies drift apart, not because they move through space, but because space itself is growing around them. This expansion is guided by an unseen force, dark energy. Quietly, It accelerates the spread of the cosmos, pulling distant galaxies away from each other in the stillness of the deep. The further we look, the faster they recede. From our position in the universe, we are like a small drop of light floating in a sea of woven brilliance, part of an immense design too vast for full comprehension, but simple in its serenity. Every thread we pass, every cluster we glimpse, every shadowed void, each reminds us that the universe is connected. Every part, no matter how distant, is part of a whole. And here we are, drifting gently through it, quiet, weightless, watching as the cosmos unfolds its quiet blueprint before us. As we drift onward, away from the grand filaments of galaxies and the silent pull of gravity's architecture, our gaze turns inward again, not toward home, but toward the countless stars scattered throughout the universe that may host their own planets, their own quiet corners of existence. We enter the realm of exoplanets, planets that orbit stars beyond our own sun. For centuries, their existence was only imagined. Now we know of thousands, with more discovered each year. Some are gas giants, others rocky and small. Some orbit dangerously close to their suns, while others drift far out, cloaked in eternal twilight. We pass a yellow star not unlike our own. Around it spins a small rocky planet, just the right distance away, where temperatures might allow for liquid water. It's a peaceful world. From afar, we can't see its surface clearly, but we imagine oceans, perhaps clouds drifting lazily across its sky. We imagine a world that breathes in rhythm with its star. Some exoplanets, like those in the TRAPPIST-1 system, are nestled close together, 7 Earth-sized worlds orbiting a cool, dim star. From the surface of one, you could look up and see neighboring planets in the sky, like glowing moons. There is a quiet harmony in their motion, each one different but connected, sharing the light of their parent star. We pass Kepler 186f, a planet that rests in its star's habitable zone. It is quiet and still, as if waiting. Could it harbor life? Is there water, wind, rain? Are there mountains that rise slowly over plains, or icy oceans that glitter in the starlight? Every planet we encounter carries its own mystery. Some are scorched deserts, others frozen in darkness. Some are cloaked in thick clouds of gas, their surfaces hidden forever. Some are so large they could swallow Earth whole, with moons of their own spinning in slow procession. And then there are rogue planets, worlds cast away from their stars, drifting alone through the dark. Without a sun to orbit, they are bathed only in the faint glow of distant starlight. But even these silent wanderers are not empty. Beneath thick layers of ice, some may hold oceans warmed by internal heat. Still, calm waters untouched by light. The sheer diversity of these worlds is staggering and yet comforting. It reminds us that the universe is endlessly creative, building not just stars and galaxies, but homes, some barren, some full of potential, each one unique, each one silent in the great symphony of space. We pause in our journey, hovering near a system with multiple planets circling a red dwarf star. The orbits are slow and steady. The scene is still, a reminder that even in the chaos of cosmic birth, order finds a way, balance endures. Perhaps on some distant world, someone else is looking up at their sky, wondering if they are alone. And perhaps, like us, they too are floating through the stars in their minds, searching for peace, for connection, for a glimpse of something beyond. As we sail onward, we begin to see clouds, not like the ones on Earth, but vast, luminous oceans of gas and dust suspended in the stillness of space. They drift across the galactic canvas like strokes of soft watercolor, glowing faintly in pinks, purples, greens, and blues. These are nebulae, the nurseries and memorials of stars. Some, like the Orion Nebula, are birthing grounds. Within these colossal clouds, new stars are born. Gravity, ever the patient sculptor, slowly draws the dust inward until it forms dense knots, precursors to stars. As they ignite, their light filters through the surrounding gas, illuminating it from within like lanterns glowing behind silk curtains. The process takes millions of years, but from our serene vantage point, it all feels suspended, a moment unfolding forever. We watch as delicate waves of radiation carve gentle hollows into the surrounding cloud. The entire region breathes slowly, alive in its quiet formation. Other nebulae are remnants, echoes of stars that once burned brightly. The Ring Nebula, for instance, is the shell of a dying sun-like star expelled into space in the final stages of its life. Its central star now rests as a white dwarf, dim and small, surrounded by layers of gas that expand outward in silence. Then there are supernova remnants like the Crab Nebula. These are the afterglows of massive stars that ended in spectacular explosions. But here, the violence has passed. What remains is calm, a swirling tapestry of light and matter slowly fading into the black. As we drift closer, the detail becomes exquisite. Threads of ionized gas form intricate patterns. Wisps and filaments twist like strands of smoke frozen in time. Each particle of dust, each atom of hydrogen, is part of a cosmic cycle that connects stars to planets and planets to life. The Eagle Nebula, home to the pillars of creation, rises before us like ancient monoliths. These towering columns are carved by the energy of young stars hidden within them, like sculptors revealing their forms from raw stone. In their shadows, new stars are forming, quiet, unborn suns, waiting for their time to shine. Floating through these clouds is like swimming in starlight. There's no sound, no wind, just the gentle glow of photons dancing across our view. The universe here is both old and young, ending and beginning all at once. And though we are far from Earth, these clouds remind us of home, of morning fog on hillsides, of swirling paint in water, of breath on a cold window. It is in these nebulae that the universe becomes most poetic, a place where stars are born from dust and where their final breaths become the seeds for new light. We move on slowly, leaving behind the shimmering clouds, the soft echoes of past and future. Ahead, the cosmos awaits, vast, quiet, and infinitely patient. As we continue to drift through the stillness of space, something becomes quietly clear. The further we look, the older the light becomes. Every twinkle, every glow is a message from the past, a gentle reminder that in the universe, distance and time are woven together. Light does not race instantly across the cosmos. It travels patiently at a finite speed, moving through the black expanse 1 second at a time. This means that when we observe a star 10 light years away, we are seeing it as it was 10 years ago. A galaxy 1,000,000 light years away shines with light that began its journey long before humans walked the earth. And as we look farther still, we enter a kind of time machine. We peer into the deep past our galaxy, past the formation of stars, into epochs where the universe was still finding its shape. Some of the faintest glimmers we see began their journey over 13 billion years ago, when the first galaxies were only beginning to form, when the universe was still young, hot, and filled with hydrogen fog. These ancient photons travel quietly. They pass by stars, through voids, around nebulae, until finally they reach our eyes or our telescopes. They arrive as gentle messengers, bearing the story of what once was. Even the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang itself, is light that has traveled for nearly the entire age of the universe. It hums in the background of space, a cool, uniform glow from a time when the universe first became transparent, when light could finally move freely after the birth of everything. And yet, it is not just the past we see. We are surrounded by a living archive, a gallery of history painted in soft strokes of light and shadow. Every star is at a different point in its journey. Some are just forming, gathering dust and gas in quiet cradles. Others are middle-aged, burning steadily in the darkness. And some are already gone, their light still sailing toward us through space, even though the stars themselves have long since faded. There's something deeply comforting in this slowness, the idea that the universe keeps its stories, that light carries memories across time, whispering them into the stillness for anyone who knows how to listen. And it reminds us, we, too, are part of this unfolding story. The light that leaves Earth from our cities, our campfires, our eyes, also travels outward. Perhaps someday, somewhere far from here, someone or something will catch a glimmer of it and see our past as we see theirs. Time in the universe is vast, but not rushed. It unfolds like a lullaby, soft, patient, eternal. And as we float deeper into space, surrounded by these drifting memories of long-dead stars and newborn galaxies, we come to understand something quietly profound. Everything we see is both here and gone. Everything we know is still arriving. And in that soft contradiction, in that stillness between time and light, the universe cradles us gently. We have seen the brilliance of galaxies, the birth of stars, the gentle dance of planets, and the whisper of ancient light. But now we drift into a place that at first seems like nothing at all. Here lie the cosmic voids, vast, dark expanses between the luminous filaments of galaxies. These regions are not empty, not truly, but they are quiet. So quiet that even light takes time to find its way through. Here, matter is sparse. Stars are few and far between. No spiraling galaxies, no glowing nebulae, just an almost perfect stillness. In these enormous gaps, which can stretch hundreds of millions of light years across, we are given a rare gift, the gift of silence. Not the absence of sound, for space has no air to carry it, but a deeper, more profound kind of silence, one made of vast distance, of untold age, and of patient waiting. It is in this silence that we feel the true scale of the universe, everything we've seen, the blazing clusters, the swirling arms of galaxies, the fiery breath of newborn stars. All of it exists in a web stretched thin across these voids. We are like wanderers moving between islands in an endless dark sea. Yet even here, there is beauty. The darkness is not oppressive. It is soft, like velvet stretched across an infinite sky. The faint glow of distant galaxies still reaches us, scattered like whispers across a canvas. Occasionally, a lone galaxy may drift through a void, isolated but not lost, like a single lantern floating in the dark. These voids also shape the universe. They push galaxies together, define the edges of cosmic walls, and give space its structure. In their emptiness, they create balance. Like the silence between musical notes, they give the cosmos its rhythm, its contrast, its peace. Imagine floating there in the center of a void. No nearby stars, no planets, just you and the quiet. There is no up or down, no sound, no movement. Only the gentle pulse of your own thoughts, the steady rhythm of your breath, and the comforting knowledge that even here, in this vast calm, you are still part of something greater. Time seems to stretch, thoughts slow. The mind, often crowded and loud, finds space here, space to rest, to wander, to wonder. We often think of space as busy, filled with stars and planets and activity. But it is in these cosmic voids that the universe shows its truest nature, still expansive, deeply serene. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound parts of existence are not found in noise or light, but in the soft, patient places between them. So we linger for a moment longer, suspended in the quiet heart of the cosmos, and then slowly, gently continue our voyage. Beyond a serene hush of the cosmic voids, we once again find the luminous stirrings of activity. But this time, the pace feels different. There's a quiet tension in the air, like the stillness before a slow-motion storm. Here, galaxies, immense cities of stars, begin to converge. Galactic collisions may sound violent, but in the vastness of space, even these cosmic encounters unfold in slow grace. When two galaxies meet, they do not crash like solid objects. Instead, they pass through one another, their stars so far apart that direct collisions are rare. It is not destruction we witness, but a dance, a tidal ballet guided by gravity and time. We watch as two galaxies draw near, their spiral arms stretching and twisting under each other's pull. Tidal forces ripple across them, stirring gas clouds, awakening dormant stars, and birthing new ones. Great arcs of starlight curve outward, forming tidal tails that sparkle faintly like ribbons trailing in a breeze. The antennae galaxies are one such pair. Once distinct spirals, they now swirl around each other in a mesmerizing display, their glowing hearts drawing ever closer. Starbursts flare within, lighting up the darkness with clusters of young hot stars, like cosmic sparks flaring to life. Elsewhere, we find NGC 2623, a late-stage merger where two galactic cores have nearly fused. The shape is no longer neat or symmetrical. It is chaotic, yet beautiful, a snapshot of evolution in progress. These interactions can last for billions of years. What begins as two separate entities ends in unity, a new galaxy, often elliptical in shape, born from the remnants of two. The Milky Way itself is not immune to this fate. Far in the future, it is expected to merge with our neighboring galaxy, Andromeda. Already the two draw toward one another, slowly but surely, pulled together by their mutual gravity. The thought might seem unsettling, the idea of galaxies colliding, of our night sky transforming beyond recognition. But here now, as we float serenely through the quiet cosmos, it brings a kind of peace. Change, even on a cosmic scale, is natural, slow, inevitable, and filled with unexpected beauty. We watch stars orbit in strange, new paths. We see streams of stars flowing between galaxies like rivers of light. And though time stretches endlessly, we are privileged to witness moments of transition when the universe shifts from one shape to another. Every collision is a beginning and an end, a gentle reminder that nothing stands still forever, that even the grandest structures in the cosmos must one day change. And so we drift past these giants mid-embrace, two galaxies entwined in a celestial waltz that will outlast everything we know. We do not disturb them. We simply watch and float on. As we move farther into the cosmos, the stars begin to thin once again. But even in this perceived emptiness, something lingers. Unseen, untouched, but profoundly present. It is here that we enter the realm of dark matter. We cannot see it. It does not glow or reflect light. It does not shimmer or scatter photons like clouds of gas or icy moons. And yet it is there, holding galaxies together, shaping the universe in silence. Dark matter is the quiet architect of the cosmos. Though invisible to our eyes and instruments, its presence is revealed in the way galaxies spin, too fast for the visible mass alone to hold them together. Without something more, the stars should fly apart. But they do not. They stay bound, moving in harmony. This unseen gravity points to a deeper truth, that most of the matter in the universe is not what we can touch or see, but what we cannot. Imagine the universe as a great cosmic web. Along its threads lie galaxies and clusters, glowing beads on filaments spun from something invisible. These strands of dark matter stretch across the universe, linking structures together like the hidden bones of a celestial skeleton. We float now between two galaxy clusters, watching as they tug subtly on one another. Their shapes are distorted slightly, like light seen through water. This distortion, known as gravitational lensing, is another whisper from dark matter, bending the path of light without ever being seen. Though elusive, dark matter is abundant. It outweighs ordinary matter, the kind we're made of, by more than 5 to 1. Every breath we take, every planet, every star exists within a much larger, more mysterious context. And yet this invisibility brings no fear, only wonder. It reminds us that not all truths must be seen to be believed, that some forces are quiet, soft, and immeasurable, yet deeply real, much like time, much like sleep, much like peace. Dark matter does not interfere. It does not announce itself. It allows the galaxies to shine and the stars to form. It is a silent companion to all things, guiding them gently through the universe. As we drift onward, we think not only of what we know, but of what we don't. The mysteries still unsolved, the quiet riddles still resting beneath the cosmic surface, and we feel comfort in that there is still more to learn, still more to dream of. We pass through a gentle fog of possibility, feeling the invisible threads that bind galaxies, stars, and even ourselves, all woven together by something unseen, but never absent. Far beyond galaxies, past the scattered clusters and the deep, quiet voids, past the tangled filaments of dark matter and the elegant pirouette of colliding galaxies, there lies a relic, a soft, persistent whisper, older than stars, older than planets, older than anything we can see with the naked eye. This is the cosmic microwave background, or CMB, a faint afterglow from the very birth of the universe itself. We float now through the fabric of space, listening for it. It is not light in the way we're used to seeing, no glow or flare or streak. It is a gentle warmth, a background hum, a nearly uniform wash of ancient radiation stretched thin by billions of years of cosmic expansion. It is, quite literally, the oldest light in the universe. When the cosmos was young, just 380,000 years old, a mere blink in cosmic time, it was a seething, opaque fog of particles and energy. Light could not travel freely. Photons were constantly scattered by electrons, unable to go more than a short distance before being deflected again and again. But then, as the universe expanded and cooled, a moment came, known as recombination, when electrons paired with protons to form neutral atoms. Suddenly, the fog lifted. Light was free to travel, and it has been traveling ever since. We are bathed in it, even now. Every direction we look, this ancient radiation streams toward us, stretched into microwaves by their expansion of space, cooled to just 2.7 degrees above absolute zero. It is faint, but ever present. Scientists have mapped it with exquisite precision. Slight fluctuations in its temperature reveal the first tiny ripples of structure in the universe, seeds that would grow into galaxies, clusters, and vast cosmic walls. A delicate imbalance written into the earliest moments of time, echoed across eternity. To gaze at the CMB is to look not just at something far away, but at something far back. It is a time machine, revealing the infant universe wrapped in heat and light and potential. And as we float through this sea of primordial glow, we realize the universe has memory. It remembers where it came from. It carries the echo of its origin like a lullaby sung across eons. This light, older than the oldest stars, touches us even as we drift through the present. It is gentle, humbling, comforting. It reminds us that we are part of something ancient, that our brief moments of thought and dreaming are built upon a foundation laid at the dawn of time. We close our eyes just for a moment and imagine the universe as it once was, bright, hot, simple, and then we open them, surrounded once again by galaxies and stars, nebulae and dark matter, each a note in the great cosmic harmony that followed. The song continues, and so do we. Now we arrive at the most distant frontier of all. The edge of the observable universe, not a wall, not a barrier, but a horizon. A soft, glowing edge defined not by where space ends, but by how far light has had time to travel since the beginning. Roughly 46.5 billion light years in every direction, this vast spherical limit contains all the galaxies, all the clusters, all the filaments of matter and energy that we can possibly observe. Beyond it, the unknown stretches endlessly, space that exists, but whose light has not yet reached us. The stars here are ancient. Their light began its journey when the universe was still young. The galaxies are red-shifted beyond recognition, their colors stretched by the swelling of space. Some of them may no longer even exist. What we see is not the present, but a deep and distant past, a snapshot of things as they were. And even here, at this remote boundary, we find wonder. There are whispers of mysteries beyond comprehension, dark energy accelerating the expansion of the cosmos, quantum fluctuations etched into space during the earliest moments, even ideas of multiverses infinite beyond the bubble we inhabit. But in this place, at this quiet limit of perception, those questions rest softly. They do not demand answers tonight. Here, we are not scientists or travelers. We are dreamers, listeners, watchers of a cosmic ocean that stretches beyond the reach of even our imagination. As we float gently back, retracing the threads of time and light, we are reminded of how far we've come. We've soared past the stars of our night sky, wandered through the gas giants and icy moons, glided between galaxies and star clusters, witnessed cosmic collisions, dark matter filaments, and the quiet hum of the universe's ancient birth. And now, as we return to stillness, back beneath the stars we know best, there is only calm. The universe is vast, mysterious, silent. But within its silence is a kind of peace, the peace of knowing that we are part of something so beautifully immense, so gently interconnected, that even in our sleep we remain a thread in its tapestry. So as you drift now toward rest, let the stars guide you. Let the galaxies cradle your thoughts. Let the ancient light of the cosmos wrap around you like a soft blanket woven from time itself. Breathe in the quiet and allow yourself to sleep. Good night, traveler. May your dreams be filled with stars